Hey there, Capricorn. How are we today? Just doing our weekly readings today. This week we're looking at singles, and we're looking sort of into the past energy there with the Lenormand of Japan deck, as well as the Island Time Wellness. I also have with me the Art Nouveau Lenormand deck there, as well as the Lover's Oracle for when we do sort of move over into that incoming new energy for us there. But I will just let everyone know, please leave a comment and subscribe to the channel so you can go in the draw for that free personal reading and keep updated when that comes around as well. But we'll move straight on into it today, Capricorn. I hope everyone is doing well. Capricorn and past love connections, please. Capricorn and past love. Okay. Seeing some interesting, positive looking energy there when it comes to the past energy. So I'm not actually seeing, I'll just get another card just for clarification on why that is actually past energy. Once again, not really seeing a clear answer there, but we'll work with what we've got. Okay, so I'll grab a couple of oracles for you there as well. They may give us a bit more of an insight to what's happened there in the past. Or not. Okay, so what we're sort of seeing there, like I said, I'm not necessarily seeing any clear indications of why this is past energy, rather than, current or future energy there. First of all, we do have the stars card, which was followed by the yes card. Okay, so I do feel as though this past connection, it was something that you felt was like your wishes coming true. It felt sort of, maybe even I'm feeling too good to be true. It did feel as though, there was that possibility for all your wishes to sort of be fulfilled within this connection. The I have also got here the moon card as well as the flowers card. Okay, so we may be seeing here, I am getting a bit of a vibe off these two that may be contradictory to the rest of the energy I'm feeling here, because the flowers is always about that sort of giving energy and wanting to give, and also receiving. And we are seeing with the moon, it does talk about that emotional stuff, emotional sensitivities and things like that. So what I'm actually getting here with the flowers is that there maybe was sort of too much giving. Maybe on your side there, Capricorn, I feel as though, this may have been, you were sort of giving quite a lot of emotions into this past connection, and maybe there was no equality with that. Maybe you weren't actually receiving those quite as much. I suppose it's probably going to be, whichever of the sides actually identify the most as the feminine energy within the connection. I do here have the scythe with the feminine, which was clarifying that. And then, like I said, I've drawn a few cards to try to get to the bottom of this, and then we do have the whip with that as well. So it does look as though, the vibe I'm kind of getting here is that the feminine energy, there has been a sudden sort of change that has happened within this connection, and the feminine energy has sort of been left feeling a lot of tension, a lot of trouble. So I do feel as though, whichever one of you was the more feminine energy, the more emotional side of the connection, not necessarily a female. I don't really like to genderize those. Um, but I do kind of feel that, the feminine energy was giving a lot more than they were receiving, and that sort of led to a lot of inner tension, a lot of drama and conflict possibly within the connection, and that has sort of suddenly ended the connection in some way, shape, or form there, and left that feminine energy in this, whip energy there with the drama and the tension and troubles. So feeling quite troubled, that feminine energy there. I do kind of feel like that feminine energy, maybe you, Capricorn, just intuitively there. I'm like I said, I'm not seeing a clear reason as such. So I'm just sort of using what I can see to sort of gain a little bit more insight for us there. So it does feel as though we may be looking at something, where you were actually giving a lot more to a connection emotionally, and that has sort of led to some sudden changes, and left you feeling just, tension and drama from this connection. But even with those oracles, I'm not necessarily seeing any, clear negative energy there. The only sort of, other than that, that whip card with that tension and drama that does come along with that. The other person in the connection may have found this feminine energy to just be too emotional. Like I said, I am just sort of seeking that answer to see sort of what's happened there. You guys are obviously going to know what has actually caused this tension for you. What has left you feeling super, like, I am getting a bit of a vibe that, there was a bit of an emotional sensitivity going on there, and feeling as though you were sort of giving a lot more than you were receiving in this connection. And it's sort of, I've got on the bottom of the deck there the clouds card, so that can talk quite a lot about overthinking and anxiety. But I feel as though, that's the first masculine energy I'm seeing at all this other energy here is feminine energy. So I'm kind of feeling that you, Capricorn, are this feminine energy, and so that whole storyline is coming up on your side, and then on the other side there, we are seeing someone, overthinking things, too stuck in their head. Okay, and I feel as though that may be your person, and that may be why they were unable to deal with emotion, because the clouds is really about someone who's stuck in their head, coming from that masculine logical place rather than that feminine emotional place. Okay, and they, like I said, that's the only masculine image I'm getting so far. So it does sort of lead me to believe that the other party in this past connection is sort of more along, we do see that pairing with the feminine energy and then the male energy coming through at the bottom of the deck there. So, the masculine energy is very stoic, and they don't like to sort of talk about feelings, and whereas the female energy is that emotional, connection, and quite nurturing. So I dare say they were definitely giving a lot more than they were receiving. But like I said, I'm only kind of vibing your energy, Capricorn, on this side in the past. I'm not seeing much of what was actually going on with your person there. So I am also seeing here with the oracle cards the sword and the rose. So that does say clarity, truth, revelation, solidarity, force, honor, protection, and power. Okay, so there may have been something come to light, some sort of revelation within the connection that sort of made it very obvious that there was this disconnect between the two of you there. We are also seeing the talking card there that does say sort of interested, conversing more, awaited message arrives, text, call, email, hoovering. And then that was followed by the love call, which is, someone expresses love, a message of love, thinking of you and letting you know. So they're actually feeling a little bit more like this is an ongoing situation, that it's not actually, there's been no closure, there's been no completion to this cycle. It does feel as though this person, either you are reaching out to them in the near future, or they may reach out to you. Both of those sort of have the word phone call linked up with them. So there may be some sort of call happening between the two of you in the near future. Like I said, I'm just going off what I can sort of see. There's no clear pattern to this story and know what I might do is I'm just going to grab a couple of my clarity cards here. These are just for an extra layer of information, but we're just really wanting to see, like, is that completely done and finished, or is there more to the story? Okay, so this does have timing cards in here, and so if we do see some of them coming out, I would be sort of presuming that we may see the follow through of that energy into the future. And like I said, it doesn't feel like there was any closure there, that it's still sort of ongoing energy. So even though that was the past section, I am feeling that there is definitely some sort of current linkage going on there with that. So we'll have a look and see if we can get a bit of a timing thing for you there. Okay. Okay. So, like I said, there are a few timing cards in this deck. Okay. And I did just draw 4 cards for us there. I got firstly the letter H, so that may be important somehow in this connection. But we were asking specifically for the timing, so I wouldn't worry too much about that letter. Now, I'll come to those next 2 cards there, because if you guys have a sense of humor like I do, you're going to think that's absolutely hilarious, the same way that I do, because firstly, we are seeing 2 weeks. Okay, so this may be recently fresh energy, or like I said, still continuing energy, because that sort of does give me the vibe that it's not quite over. There may be something occurring within 2 weeks, or this could be talking about 2 weeks in the past, so therefore it's super fresh kind of energy there. But have a look at this, Capricorn. The other 2 cards that I did pull, which I'm going to kind of err with this particular message for our timing, is that, once again, I am feeling that this hasn't completely come to a close, this cycle from the past. And we're seeing divine timing and divine timing. Okay, I only have 2 of these in this whole deck. I have 2 divine timing cards in this entire deck, and there's like 50 cards in this deck or more, and we're seeing both of them coming out. Okay, so definitely something where, if you want to reconcile with that past person, divine timing will let us know when. And if you don't want to reconcile with that person, in divine time, it will be closed out in one way or another, whether that you have to do that yourself or not. Sometimes we do need to find closure on our own, and we can't sort of get that from the other person in the situation. So we'll move over into the future energy and see if we are actually getting any follow through from that same connection, or if we're going to be looking at something completely new for you there, Capricorn. Okay, so Capricorn, because like I said, we were only sort of picking up on your energy. Not much of their energy came through other than that clouds card on the bottom of the deck. So, it feels like that person is kind of avoiding the situation altogether, to be completely honest. But we'll have a look at Capricorn and new love energy. The new future love energy for Capricorn, please. New love energy for Capricorn incoming, please. Okay, and I'll just get a couple of those Lovers Oracle for you. Now, this is the heart-shaped deck, so it is super difficult to shuffle. I'm still getting the hang of it. Capricorn and new love energy, please. Capricorn and new love energy. Capricorn and new love energy, please. Oh, we had a couple flip. I'm going to take those ones. Okay. You're going to love this one, guys. we just saw those double divine timings coming out, and this particular oracle, it says only time will tell. Okay, so you gotta love, spirit has jokes, right? The universe loves to joke, especially with Capricorns, okay? Because I am myself am a Capricorn, so um, it's one of them things that happens quite a lot for me, especially with that divine timing coming out, like when I'm trying to get into, I want all the goss, and spirit's like, nope, divine timing. Sorry. Okay, so what we're seeing in the near future here, we have the fox energy, which was followed by the mouse energy. So I do feel as though this is connected to that past person, and with that mouse energy, feeling that as a loss, okay, and it's probably nibbling away at the back of your mind a fair bit, weighing down on your energy a little bit, when it comes to that past connection, and this fox energy, it is, I feel in this sort of sense, it is probably, a little bit, like focusing on yourself at the moment, focusing on your own survival, to get through this heavy sort of energy, at the moment with this past connection. Being trying to be really clever and logical, about how you are sort of dealing with this and moving on from this, in the present moment. So I would sort of say, yeah, it's probably eating away at you still, though. This he can be quite tricky. Okay, so this could actually be talking about that more masculine energy specifically, sort of being a little bit even manipulative. All right, so not in a not necessarily in a purposeful, intending to be manipulative way, but the fox energy is sort of a very, they're focused on their own survival kind of energy, and I feel as though you may actually, sort of be realizing that, and that's sort of, maybe we did see that word revelations, in the past oracle deck that we saw there. So I do feel as though you're kind of realizing that this person was very self-serving and worried about their own survival alone, and very, independent. It can be quite an independent energy. So, whereas you were giving and giving and giving, this person was acting independently of the connection. And now it's sort of, left, you feeling this loss, like you've had something taken from you, because, like I said, we did see that wish card, in that initial spread. So, feeling like your wishes have been stolen from under your feet, kind of a thing. I am kind of feeling that coming through. So we're just sort of still dealing with the loss of that connection a little bit there too. But then in the further future, we are seeing the key and then the house. Okay, so you are definitely headed towards, success, when it comes to love and new love. Okay, so whether or not, I feel I'm actually feeling that for some of you that is going to actually be with this same past person, but not for all of you. I'm getting about a 50-50 vibe off that. So for some of you, you may actually have some success, some doors opening for you with that past connection. But for others of you, that is going to be brand new connections coming through, a brand new one in particular. I feel there's one brand new, connection that is available to you that is actually going to be a lot more stable. So for the Capricorns who do decide to go back, to that past person, the focus will be to, create a family and have that real sense of security and stability within that past connection. So doing whatever's sort of necessary to make sure your stability is sort of taken care of first and foremost there. Okay, but success, definitely success, and like I said, this sense of security and stability, and that you can actually start a family with this person, kind of a vibe. So for those of you who this is a brand new person, that's how you're going to sort of know who they are. They're going to just be like a super stable element coming into your life there. I do feel I'm actually getting more of a vibe now that this is actually, going to be a new person for, I was saying 50-50, but I am starting to get it stronger and stronger. So it's like the more that time progresses, the more likely it is that you're going to meet somebody new. So, so for a lot of you, like if too much time progresses, you're going to meet somebody new, and this past energy, that it's just not going to happen because you've moved on and you've found somebody else. So what I'm sort of seeing here is I feel as though this is talking to the people that, you know, are not sure whether they're willing to go back to that past energy or not. But it does say when it comes to matters of the heart, there is no right or wrong. Every choice you make expands your understanding of life and love. Okay, so I feel as though it doesn't matter. Like it matters, but it doesn't matter which choice you take. Whether you choose to go back to that past energy or you choose to move on to new energy, you're going to have that success either way, okay? And then we are seeing this particular card, and it does say soulmate. It says your soulmate is already with you in spirit. Believe this, and they will manifest physically, okay? So you definitely have that opportunity, to I do feel as though, you may have felt that really strong connection with that past person and thought that that may be them. But I feel as though, if you choose to move on, this new person will, fill that role for you, so really manifest what you want exactly. So, if you do want that loving, secure bond, just ask for that. And in one way or another, you're going to get it. Okay, Capricorn? But, as we were told more than once there, only time will tell, and there is a really super strong element of divine timing with this energy, okay? So, I'd love to be able to tell you, oh, they're going to come in on this day and whatever, but no, I can't really tell you that. The universe is sort of just saying, just trust that it's going to happen when it's going to happen. Okay, guys. So I feel as though focusing on yourself, and focusing on, manifesting that soulmate rather than a specific person, manifest on, the perfect partner for you, and what you actually want in a connection, rather than trying to manifest a specific person, maybe more helpful to you. You will soon know, I feel, one way or another. Only time will tell whether that is manifesting as that past energy or as a new energy for you in particular. Okay, but let me know if that resonated for you guys or not. Leave me a comment and let me know. But I thank you for your time, and I hope to see you all again soon.